Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Alright, my dad wanted me to say that again. I mean, if you remember the other mega sub video, you'd remember this. But this is 6 feet of sandwich being made. We got a request from a friend in a local police department that needed a party sub for his entire department. And we said, look no further, we can make you the 6-foot Goliath of a sandwich. This thing literally stretched across the entirety of the line, which you'll see at the end of the video. And it was just so much fun to make too. And before you comment why we didn't put any sauce onto the sandwich, it was for the next day, so we didn't want it to get soggy. We put all the extra vegetables and extra sauce on the side just for the people. But basically, we took some bread and we kneaded it together. Let me know if you want a separate video on how we made the bread. I think that's a pretty cool process too. And we split it up into 4 1.5-foot segments, and all together it's 6 feet of sandwich, the mother of all subs. So once that bread cooked, we took it out. We had to slice it in half. That was such a rigorous process. And basically, we made one of them turkey, one of them ham, one of them turkey and ham, one of them an Italian BMT. Laying the meat onto the bread was just so satisfying to me. And I kind of wanted to try speed running this, but I was like, I can't mess this up. So I took my time with making this beautiful sandwich. So after we laid all the meat onto it, we had to put some lettuce, tomatoes. I usually put onions, but they didn't want onions on it. And usually we have to put cheese onto it, but for 3/4 of the sandwich, we didn't put cheese until the end. We didn't know whether or not they wanted cheese, and for my fellow lactose intolerant people, we can't eat cheese. By the way, I found out I was lactose intolerant a few weeks back. Don't talk to me about it. It hurt. But yeah, essentially, this is one of the biggest sandwiches I've ever made in my entire life. And I think a lot of people can agree in saying it's one of the biggest sandwiches that they've made. I don't think it's a world record, but I kind of want to break a world record for the world's longest sub now. I mean, we broke the world record for the fastest sandwich, right? So it's only right to do this. And yeah, dude, my dad loves making these subs for some reason. And he really loves making the bread as well. I mean, the bread is just so good and soft. He brings it home sometimes. He'll even put that Italian herbs and cheese stuff onto the bread. And oh my God, it's so good. He's a professional at this. He's probably made like hundreds of these throughout his lifetime. And I'm just a rookie. I think this is like my 6th or 7th mega sub. I'm going to call it a mega sub, by the way. I think the professional name for it is a 6-foot sub. But mega sub just sounds so much cooler. And I actually had one of these for my graduation party too. And it was gone within the hour. It's just such a good thing to order and make. And I don't know why Subway doesn't promote this more. Subway, if you're watching, this is the item. This item has so much potential to go viral. And it's just so fun to make for us sandwich artists. It's a little pricey, but I'm not going to lie, for the amount of stuff that you get onto it, it's kind of absurd. This is an OP sandwich, and it could literally feed like 40 people. The last time we made it was for a homeless shelter, and then after that was for the graduation party, and now it's for the local police department. So if you ever want yourself a mega sub, hit up Milad, aka me. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe right now. We're on our journey to 2 million subscribers. Every single person counts. Have a beautiful and blessed day, everybody, and remember, eat fresh. Peace! You guys know the deal. We're trying to break the record again. This time we'll use some Italian herbs and cheese bread. As soon as it touches the paper, the timer starts. Ready? Go. Hey guys. Hello. What's up? Hi. That's awesome, man. Thank you. No, you guys did not come from Florida, did you? Oh, okay, there you go. Thank you. I'm actually in the middle of doing a video right now. Yeah. Probably not. Let me tell you, some days at work are a lot more fun than others. And those days at work where nothing's going wrong and everything's just going right are low-key the best days ever. It's like you walk into the store, everything's already prepped for you, all the chips are done, all the sodas are done, even the sauces in the front are filled. That is a perfect day at Subway. And to counter that, when nothing is done, those are legitimately the worst days possible. It's so important for everybody on shift to do their job, because if you literally lag behind on one thing, then the entirety of the store is lagging behind, and the poor person who has to work night always has to kind of recover everything while dealing with customers too. And lately at my store, it's been getting so super busy at nighttime. It's weird. It's like literally as if everybody knows exactly when I work. But hey, it's awesome to meet you guys nonetheless, so I'm not complaining. By the way, I'm clearly not at Subway in this video. This is at a local business named AJ's Lunchbox. They make delicious sandwiches too. I linked them below. Shout out to them for having me. This sandwich is actually called the Monster because of simply how how many things are put into the sandwich. When I read it on the menu, I just couldn't believe it. Anyways, back to the main topic, sorry. It's so important for people to do their job. It's crazy when you have a coworker that just kind of does nothing. And thankfully, all of my coworkers now are just like the most perfect people. Like, they're in such a hard situation because of all the customers coming in and out of the store, but they do their job perfectly and seemingly effortlessly. But in the past, I have had employees that did not do that. If an employee doesn't like fill up the chips or the sodas and you're left to do it by yourself at night, it's kind of awful, I'm not gonna lie. My first like 4 years at Subway, I was probably the best employee possible. I would make sure that every single thing was filled. There would never be a person after me that would complain because I just did everything you're supposed to. And now in my 5th year at Subway, it's a little different. I kind of only have time to do certain things, and we have multiple people on shift now just because of how busy it's getting. So I'll always help out and fill up chips and soda here and then, but when I'm on shift, I unfortunately, or fortunately because I love doing it, have to focus entirely on the social media stuff and videography. It's both a blessing and a curse, and I'm really thankful for my coworkers who do such a good job at this stuff. But honestly, the best days at Subway are the ones where you get to just kick back, relax, only a few customers coming in and out of the store. Like yesterday, a Sunday was exactly like this, and if you're lucky enough, maybe you could slide in a TikTok or two. But yeah, honestly, every day's a blessing. The fact that I just have a job is the most incredible part to me, because there are a lot of people that don't have jobs out there right now, and just to have something to do that I love doing every single day, that is a blessing. So all in all, Subway is amazing, so long as you have amazing coworkers, which I do. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Please be sure to subscribe. We're so close to 2 million subscribers. Eat fresh and peace. Today we're making Subway tuna. First I gotta wash my hands. You know, there's been a lot of things in the news right now about Subway tuna, and I'm just here to make it. I think the tuna is delicious at Subway, so yeah. Let's see what you guys think. Come on, follow me. So our first step after washing our hands is we're gonna put on our nice pair of gloves. There's a lot of controversy right now about this here tuna. Honestly, it tastes like tuna, it smells like tuna. I think it's tuna, but who knows? I think they're gonna lab test it again, so we'll see. Fun fact, Inside Edition was actually in my Subway yesterday, and they asked for a sandwich with just tuna on it. I asked them, why are you getting a sandwich with just tuna on it? They were like, we're lab testing the tuna again. And I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be in this video, and they didn't ask permission again. So first, we're gonna lay our paper down right here on the line. I use Italian bread. You can use whatever bread you really like. If you like Italian herbs and cheese, you can use that. Whatever you want. It's your sandwich, not mine. So we're gonna slap this on. We're gonna do a foot long, just for demonstration purposes. Cut it through, slice in half, you know the whole deal. We're gonna put the bread out flat like so. You do 4 scoops of tuna for a foot long, all right? 4 scoops. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They call this a tuna scooper. I think it's an ice cream scooper. Same thing, right? So we're gonna spread this out nice and nice. So next you gotta put your cheese on. A lot of people like American cheese. I think Swiss is really good on this tuna sandwich, but people swing for provolone too. So we're gonna put 4 slices of that onto it, take a step back, and we're gonna throw the cheese. Easy enough. Now we're gonna slide it over to the veggies line. Usually the standard, lettuce, tomato, onions, so let's throw those onto it. Fun fact, the kids love the tuna sandwich. I don't know what it is, but a lot of times when a kid walks into Subway, they'll order tuna. Never would have expected it, right? Now we're gonna put some onions onto this bad boy. I like to put salt, pepper, oregano, just for a little bit of that kick, you know? So let's toss those on. Let's toss a little bit of pepper on. All right, all right. Now time for the oregano. Boom, 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 boom. And lastly, the final touch, you gotta put oil and vinegar. So these add such a kick to the sandwich. I used to miss the Subway vinaigrette, but you know, they had to take it away for whatever reason. Finally, we're gonna throw a little bit of extra mayo onto it. Don't put too much, because there's already mayo in the tuna, you already know. Now we're gonna fold it in half, and now we're just gonna chop that bad boy, wrap it up with the white paper, take it to the folding station. Let's go like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, throw the sticker on, and you got yourself a Subway tuna. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace. We're giving a store tour of my Subway right here. So, yeah, come on, let's go in. Welcome to my crib. All right, come on in, come on in. So, this is it. This is where all the magic happens. Right here, we got our entire soda beverage place. In case you didn't know, my favorite drink is Seagram's Ginger Ale. Such a goated drink. So this is where we keep all of our sodas. You ever want a nice refreshment, get it in this fridge. We got our line of chips. It's looking a little empty right now, but you know, it's afternoon, right after the lunch rush. What can you do? We got our tequila right here and the cookies. Oh, you gotta get a shot of the cookies. These cookies have carried my entirety of my legacy at Subway. I would be nothing without the cookies. Once again, tip jar here, leave a tip. And we got our chip rack right here. This is where I have to fill up every single night, you know. A lot of chips here, a lot of variety, let me tell you. And then we got our soda machine. This is new. We have like lemonade, iced tea, we have a ton of stuff. And we got all our sodas here. Come on back. So right here, this is my line. We keep all of our food in this very nice refrigerated unit down here. It makes it like ice cold here. We have an oven and a proofer here. The proofer makes the bread all puffy. The oven obviously cooks the bread. And once it's done, we throw it into here. We store all of our bread in there. It's like airtight, so you know, nothing bad happens. We got all the food up here. We got our chickens and meats, our bacons, our cheeses here. And we got all of our veggies here separated out. You know, in case somebody's a vegetarian or a vegan, you gotta keep the options open. And then we got our salt, pepper, oregano, and Parmesan cheese. Yo, this is Subway secret. You go to Subway, get Parmesan cheese. It's killer. And we got our oven here. This thing costs a fortune. This is the one that I've infamously broken before. I just kind of opened it one day and it snapped off the hinge. My parents weren't happy. Next, we got our microwave. We got our Keurig right here. Now, come on, I gotta show you something nice. It's kind of closed off to customers right now, but we have our very own bathroom. Could you believe it? A Subway with the bath. Well, it's pretty common. But yeah, this is the bathroom. Nothing really in there, you know. So now we go to the back. And this is the back of Subway. So we have all of our stuff here. This is my workstation. It's a little messy right now, don't mind me. But this is where I make all of my TikToks and YouTube videos in the back of Subway. And we got our preparation stand here. Very nice. We cut our vegetables all with this tool. We got a cutting board. This whole section is dedicated to just prepping food. This is where we do all our dishes. We keep them nice and clean. We have a clean section, a water section, a sanitation section. And this is the gigantic fridge. So let me walk into the fridge. It's a walk-in fridge. It's so nice. Hopefully I don't lock myself in. Boy, I got here before I do. And we got our freezer right here. Oh, this cart right here is a game changer. You can put anything you want on this cart and simply roll it. Best part of Subway. And now we got our freezer right here. It's also a walk-in. We keep all our frozen stuff in there. It's very cool in there. When the AC isn't working, walking into the freezer, it's incredible. Now back here, we got all of our sodas there. We got our chips up here. There's a bunch of boxes here, as you can see. These are actually toys. We're gonna be giving a lot of toys away to people that need it, youthful kids, maybe some orphanages. So I can keep them in the back of Subway for now, but don't mind that. And now, this is the scary part. This is the part that you came here for. This is the super secret back room of Subway. This is the basement of Subway. Come on down. I shouldn't be going down here, but you guys loved it, so we're back down. Oh man, it is spooky down here. Don't even bother coming down here. It's a little scary down here. I'll tell you guys what, if you get this video to 100,000 likes, I'll sit and stay in the basement of Subway for 24 hours. So yeah, we gotta get out here. I'm getting some spooky vibes down there. So yeah, that's basically the tour of Subway. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace and love, everybody. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Peace.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. Okay, I know this isn't Subway, but it's pizza. As you guys know, I love pizza with a burning passion. And this is no Subway Stage 3 pizza, but this is a delicious pizza from Angeloni's in Caldwell, New Jersey. They were nice enough to open their doors up to let me make some pizza in the first person point of view. And when someone offers free pizza, you already know I can't deny it. Back when I was a little kid too, we would have all these pizza parties all the time. That's probably one of the reasons why I was such a fat little boy. But I would never trade in my pizza. I think pizza is one of the most delicious things on earth, especially from New Jersey. I mean, I've been to other places and tried their pizza. It's just not the same as a Jersey slice. I know a lot of people from Connecticut will argue with that and say the Connecticut pizza is better. I don't know, man. I like my Jersey pizza, I gotta say. And this store, Angeloni's, is really famous for a slice called the Thinny Thin. They were actually featured on Dave Portnoy's Barstool Pizza Reviews, and they got an 8.8 for their pizza. Now, I am no pizza pro, but my friend Nikki, who helped me make this pie, has been making pizzas for 31 years of his life. That is insane to me. This man was born out the womb making pizzas, and every single pizza he made looked like it was a literal masterpiece. So big props to Nikki. He runs the shop and he's awesome. Now back to Subway Stage 3 pizza. Listen, Subway, we have all the ingredients to make a Stage 3 pizza and add it onto the menu. I studied the grades. I brought back all this valuable information. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore, Subway. You need to get the Stage 3 pizza on the menu. It's only right. Imagine a pizza party and somebody rolls in with a Subway Stage 3 pizza, he's gonna be the most popular kid in class. I've actually had quite a bit of customers ask me for a Stage 3 pizza as well. In that video, I told you guys don't ask me for a Stage 3 pizza, and I mean, I feel like all of you took that personally, and every single person coming into my store is like,
Milad, can I get a Stage 3 pizza?
And I'm like, you know what? I wish I could make this for you. And I actually heard a story about an owner that prepared a Stage 3 pizza for somebody in my audience. Somebody left this comment. I wish I could go back and find it. But they basically said that they asked the owner for a Stage 3 pizza, and the owner rolled their eyes and said, oh, fine, I need an hour. And they made the Stage 3 pizza for him. Now, I don't know if this was cap or not. I really hope it wasn't cap, because if this is true, that's insane to me. We're starting a Subway revolution. So far, we need to add nachos, Stage 3 pizzas, and Milad subs to the Subway menu. We've studied the greats. We've made the greatest pizzas on earth. By the way, Angeloni's has like incredible pizzas. Like, this place is probably one of the best slices I've ever had. But Subway Stage 3 pizza can outdo anything. The power in Subway Stage 3 pizza, let me tell you. And to be clear, yo, if I'm being honest, making a pizza is not easy. Like, this was a lot harder than I thought it would be, but it was still so much fun to make. If you enjoyed watching this video, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We are so close to 2 million subscribers. Peace and love, everybody. Have a beautiful and blessed day. And remember, eat fresh. Peace! Alright, this is the Subway that you guys all know and love, but today we're gonna take a trip. And not just any trip. We're gonna take a trip to the Subway that I used to work at. There were so many memories at this Subway. So I can't wait to show you guys. Come along. Let's go. This isn't just any Subway. This is the Subway that I worked at for 4 years before this beautiful store. Dude, I'm kind of feeling nostalgic going back to this place. Bro, I don't know how I got this stuck. Bro, I might have to ask you for help. It's 108 degrees in this car right now. We're driving to the old Subway.
I'm sweating in places I didn't think I could sweat.
You know why I want a Tesla? Before you even, I don't know what this dude is doing. I don't want a Tesla anymore.
Yeah,
this dude's
completely
driving.
on the drain.
Yeah, don't mind my terrible driving. I can feel the wind in my hair. I'm sweating, bro. They can definitely see me sweating. Yeah, so every single story you guys have heard, well, not every single one, but most of the stories you guys have heard all came from this Subway. And right now it's in ruins. It closed down, unfortunately. A lot of Subways had to close down because of COVID. But we're back! I'm getting my vengeance and my free cookie at the old Subway. On the road! Alright, we've arrived at the old Subway. Oh, the memories are flooding back. This is my exact parking spot that I would go into every day where I worked. Right in front of this pole. Wait, look at the pole. That's a beautiful pole, if I do say so myself. After 21 years of service, we will be shutting down operations. Thank you for the amazing years. It brings a tear to my eye. I've been in this store a few times. I'm not gonna lie. I made TikToks and Reels in this store. Obviously, I've been in it. Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? This is it. This is where it all happened. You close the door. They don't even work anymore. The lights don't even work. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's just like a bunch of stuff now. So this is where the soda machine used to be. This was my line. Oh my, dude, so many memories. The lighting's probably terrible, right?
Not bad.
It's not bad, all right. I'd be whipping up sandwiches right on this line. There's still oil and vinegar in this bottle. That's disgusting. Can't believe I just touched that. Dude, guys, comment down below if I should make this my own sandwich shop. That could be a fun video. This is where we used to ring up our customers. Oh, this was the cookie part. Oh, we kept all of our cookies in here. Coming right up. And then we got the back of Subway here. It was kind of boring back here. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, this is, you wanna order something?
Let me get a meatball sub.
A meatball sub. I would take my physical hand, scoop out a meatball, get the bread from back here, put it on the line, slam it, slice, and yeah, we have no toaster. I can't toast your meatball. Do you want salt?
Yeah, a little oregano.
I don't think I'm supposed to do that. Oh, it's hot in here too. What's up with it being hot today, huh? Oh man, I almost left my phone here. Oh, we still have pizza boxes too. Look at that. Hey, yo, pizza coming right up. Let's pick this up. Dude, what a crazy place. Now, I told you guys in my store tour that if I get 100,000 likes on that video that I would stay 24 hours in that basement. Let's do the same challenge for this video. If I get 100,000 likes on this video right here, I will spend 24 hours in this abandoned Subway. I don't even know if I can do 24 hours, but I want to try, so make sure you like this video. Also, subscribe to the channel. We're growing at such an insane rate, and it's all because of you guys. I love you so much. Peace and love, everybody. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Like the video if you want to see me spend 24 hours in here, and peace. We're here. We're at Angeloni's, Caldwell, New Jersey. Got an 8.8 rating. We're gonna be making some pizzas.
It's gonna be fun. One of the things I think life is all about is just trying new things and any new opportunity that you could get. So my friend here, Nikki from Angeloni's in my town, told me that he would let me come to the pizza shop and make some pizzas alongside him. Now, Nikki has been doing this for a large portion of his life, over 30 years, which is insane. And he showed me so many different cool tricks on how to make pizzas. And honestly, I've never known how to make a real pizza. And it was just such a cool experience. When I first walked into the shop, it was really intimidating, I gotta say. There were like 8 or 9 employees in there. I felt like every single one of them was eyeing me down.
We may have to do another one, if that's okay. Do you mind or not?
Okay.
That's okay. Do you mind or not? No, that's all right. Don't worry about it.
And in the beginning, I kept messing up too, and I even had to scrap a pizza or two. But after time and time of failure, we finally succeeded in making a few pies. I had the opportunity to make a grandma pie, their world famous thinny thin pie, a margarita pizza, and even some garlic naan. It was all just so delicious, and working behind the counter at a pizza place was such an unreal experience to me. I like never thought about the process they go through in order to make pizza, but it's a lot harder than I really thought it was. I literally just thought they would flatten dough and then throw marinara sauce and cheese onto it and just toast it, but it's a lot more complex than that. There's so many techniques and methods to making a pizza. I could compare it to sandwich making pretty heavily. I mean, it's definitely a skill that you acquire over some years of work. If I'm being real, my childhood self who would enjoy his good old pizza parties now has a whole new appreciation for making pizzas and working a job at a pizza place. There's some hard work and sweat going on in there. There was literally a kid running around while we were making pizzas, screaming at everybody and directing them. It was the most insane and unreal thing. That man deserves a promotion. But at the end of the day, it was just so much fun. Like, I'm obsessed with making food, so having an opportunity to make something different is just so unreal to me. You know the Subway pizzas that I've made before, and I've made some pizzas at home, but nothing compares to being in a kitchen making pizzas professionally. They should literally make this into a sport. But anyways, the basic process for the pizza was laying out the dough, putting the marinara sauce onto it, and then if you're using something like a margarita pizza or even a grandma style, you have to do correct portioning. It's very important that you portion correctly with all of these pizzas, because if you don't, then it's going to be too saucy, too cheesy. It's just not going to taste good. That's something that I really realized during my process of making the pizzas. Portioning is everything. Every pie has a special formula, so you gotta follow that formula if you want to make it as delicious as possible. And if you don't follow that formula, well, you're gonna have a pie that's too cheesy, a pie that's too saucy. We're making a grandma style pizza.
Grandma, yum.
Grandma yum. Pie that's just not good in general. Also, I didn't even know what a grandma style pizza was until a few months ago. My girlfriend put me onto these pizzas hard. We were just chilling on a Saturday night and she was like, we gotta try this pizza. And I was like, what are you talking about? What, like, you're gonna make your grandma make you a pizza? And she's like, no, it's called grandma style. By the way, my girlfriend's recording this whole thing. Huge shout out to her. You're a real one, Yazzie. But the grandma style is now probably my favorite slice of pizza. If you've never tried it before, I highly advise you to try it. And once again, huge shout out to Angeloni's. Thank you so much for having me. This was a blast.
Amazing looking pies today. They all look great. He's a natural.
I'm in a really weird place at work right now, but I still love it. So over the past like 3.5, 4 months, this entire journey on YouTube and TikTok is kind of skyrocketed, and I'm so thankful for that. You guys already know, like you made my life like 100 times better. So personally, I thank you for this. But it's really made work very interesting. Also, we are so close to 2 million subscribers, and my 2 million subscriber is gonna get a nice surprise. So make sure you subscribe. But yeah, at work now, it's just kind of feels different. So when I first started at Subway, it was always dead, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we don't have a Subway and a Walmart or a Target, so we would literally not have more than like 1 or 2 customers at a time. But as of recent, our store's been getting packed, especially during lunch rushes. It'll either be like hit or miss. Either there's 20 customers in the store or there's not a single customer. It's the weirdest thing. But at the same time, a lot of people that watch the videos come into the store and order sandwiches, which is so trippy to me. It's one thing to see comments on a screen and talking to somebody online, but when it comes to life and they come into your store and you get to talk to them, it's kind of an unreal feeling. But basically, our Subway has just gotten so busy, and usually my process would be go into Subway, make a couple sandwiches, work my shift, and then go home. And now it's literally like I gotta go into Subway, just make sandwiches, grind, and then I gotta go back like after hours in order to make my videos. Well, some days I'm still able to record while working. It's pretty nice. Honestly, I feel so blessed, the fact that like my job can translate into like my YouTube. It's such a cool feeling. But at the same time, it's getting a little weird. Like, I always feel really bad when there's somebody just like online and I'm alone, and then somebody asks me for a picture and I just have to like awkwardly look at the customer online and be like, I am so sorry. But at the same time, like I gotta take the picture because like, that's all they ask for, like a free cookie and a picture. Like I really appreciate you all. So I want to make sure that like every single time is great. But taking pictures while there's like 8 people in line, that's like, I feel really bad. Because at the end of the day, I am at my job. Like as weird as that sounds, I'm still a Subway worker. So it's like finding this weird balance between being a fast food minimum wage worker and having people that love the thing you do come in every single day and conversing with them. It's like two completely opposite worlds colliding, which makes it just so cool. I mean, I might literally be one of the only people on social media right now that you could actively go into a place any day of the week and be able to have a chance at seeing. I don't know if that's true or not, don't quote me on that, but it's just such a trippy thing to me. So now we've had to take some precautions. I'm never working alone anymore, which is kind of weird because I only ever worked alone in the past, and we got to make a heck of a lot more sandwiches. But I'm not complaining. This is such a blessing, and meeting you guys is just so cool. Like, y'all make my day for real. Anyways, have a beautiful and blessed day, everybody. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and turn on those bell notifications. Never miss an upload. Have a beautiful and blessed day, and remember, eat fresh. So I already know you read this title and you're like, Millard, how the heck did you get banned from 7-Eleven? But I am not the person in question. It is my brother. And after you hear this story, you will understand completely why. It was probably a Friday or Saturday afternoon. This was like maybe 8-9 years ago. I was just a youngin' and my brother just got off of his shift at Subway. And you know what hits after a nice long shift at Subway? A 7-Eleven Slurpee. So for whatever reason, my brother wanted a Slurpee and made me come along with him. Now this was no ordinary Slurpee trip though. This Slurpee trip will forever haunt me in my dreams. And in reality, it probably all could have been prevented, but you know, it's a Slurpee. So we walk into this nice 7-Eleven. The man at the front goes, hello guys. And we thought nothing was bad. We were like, oh, this is a typical 7-Eleven. You know, we're just gonna go in, get our Slurpees, get out. Now my brother, he likes the big gulp cups. And you probably already know exactly what I'm talking about. Those huge gulp cups. Yes, there's a huge meme going around about it, or it's been going around for like years. But my brother grabbed one of these big gulp cups. And mind you, this was like 8 or 9 years ago. So he filled that slushie all the way to the top, and from across the store we saw the man behind the counter sprinting towards us going, no, 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 no. And by the time he got there, the damage was already done. The big gulp cup was literally filled to the brim in Slurpee, and the guy goes, sir, you cannot do this. This is not allowed. And my brother's like, what do you, like, what? This guy just grabbed the cup. What do you mean? And the man is like, sir, you have to dump the big Slurpee out into the tray, because there's like a, you know, the thing under the Slurpee machine, it's like a little wishing well just of like mixed Slurpee. I don't know, but he was basically, you got to dump all that Slurpee out. And my brother was like, this is like 50 ounces of Slurpee. He's like, I'll give you $10 for this. Like, I don't understand. Why can't I do this? And the guy was just like, this is not allowed. This is not allowed. And at some point, it got so bad that the Slurpee police ended up saying, you two have to get out of the store. And I'm like 10 years old at the time, and I'm just like, I didn't like the yelling. But they were fighting over a Slurpee. I mean, like, I don't understand either perspective. Like, my brother really wanted that Slurpee, or just really didn't want to waste a Slurpee. And the man behind the counter just didn't want to follow, or I should say, break any rules. But in the end, it was over a Slurpee. So we're never allowed back at that 7-Eleven. Or he is. I've been to that 7-Eleven before, and I don't think that guy's even there anymore. But they literally told my brother never come back to this 7-Eleven. And yeah, there was kind of a lot more that happened, but I'll leave it there. I hope you all have a beautiful and blessed day. We're growing at such an incredible pace, all because of you guys, so turn on those bell notifications too. Peace. I've tried recording this intro to this video like 5 times, and I've failed every single one of them. I'm gonna try and make this not too long because I know you all have beautiful and precious days to get to. But 2 million subscribers on YouTube. This is just, I don't even know how to process this. I basically started posting to YouTube a few months ago, and the combination of shorts and my longer form videos has just, it's gotten me so far. And I have nobody to thank for that besides you. You guys are all so beautiful and such amazing people. And I love you all just so much. Like, thank you so much for this platform that you've gifted me. I will continue to just spread love and positivity as much as I can. And that's my end goal with all this, just to put a smile on somebody's face. If I've done that, I know I've succeeded. Anyways, thank you all again for 2 million subscribers. And don't worry, that 2-foot everything sub is coming soon. We're on a quest. We're gonna find the best cookie in New York City. These cookies are smacking. You don't want to miss these cookies. Stay till the end. Where are we going? Where are we going? We just found an iPhone on the ground. Should we like report this to somebody? This was literally just like right here. Let's be good Samaritan. I found this iPhone just like on the bottom of the escalator. We gotta go down another floor anyway. It's our first stop, Subway, classic cookie. Could I just get a cookie? Take care. All right, this cookie set us back 87 cents. Let's see how it is. Classic Subway cookie. You can never go wrong with one of these cookies. Ooh, it's like a little cold. This is the cookie. This is our cookie. Beautiful. It's a classic, it's just a classic Subway cookie. Finish the Subway, back into the Subway. In New York. All right, come on. Safety first.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
All right, our second stop, we're at the main baker. Let's see how these cookies are. I'll do the chocolate chip walnut.
The walnut cookie. The 2 chip is one of the brown sugar.
Wait, this one's the
2 chip.
2 chip. All right, perfect. This is yours. All right, we got this cookie from the main bakery. This is called a double chocolate chip. Let's crack it open. That looks pretty good, huh? Yo, this is a lot of chocolate. Whoa. You gotta try some, you gotta try some.
Oh my God.
It's very rich in flavor.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You can go ahead.
Cookie. I'm impressed, but we gotta check the third spot. Come on, let's go. I don't know where we are right now. And led us into the heart of Brooklyn. Alright, we're trying insomnia cookies now. This is the final spot. Let's go and let's see how it is. It's a little small, but what's like the most famous cookie you think? What does everyone get?
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip? Alright, I'll do the deluxe triple chunk chocolate chip. And then can I do one birthday cake? Actually do 2 birthday cakes too, and then a peanut butter chip too. Alright, we got our box of, we got 6 cookies in this box. Look pretty good, right? She told me the deluxe, so this is... This is what the deluxe is. Look at that cookie. Bro, I've heard a lot about these cookies. I wonder if they live up to the hype. Look at this. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good break. I thought a little gooier, but you know. They're definitely good. I like good goo on my cookie. Gotta say.
Out of all the 3 places we've been to, what would you say is your favorite?
I think my favorite out of all of them, probably Levain. The second one we went to, dude, that one was nuts. All in all, it's a good trip to New York City. We found the best cookies in New York. Obviously, it gotta be Levain. Insomnia comes in second, Subway has to come in third. But yeah, thank you for having me in New York. I love this place, and until next time, yo, I came to New York City to test cookies so you don't have to. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on those bell notifications. Peace out, everybody. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Eat fresh.
Today, I'm going to be telling you about one of the greatest vacations I've ever gone on in my life. And you know, I think it was some of the most fun I think I've ever had in my entire life. But before we do, make sure you subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so that you know exactly when I post a video. So when I was younger, my parents always loved going on cruises. I think in my entire life, I've probably been on like 6 or 7 cruises total. And if you don't know, cruises are some of the most efficient ways of traveling, in my opinion. Some people hate cruises. I understand why they would. And we'll talk about that a little more throughout this video. But if you don't know anything about cruises, all I have to say are they're free buffets. There's plenty of swimming pools and water park, water slides, and there's a ton of other kids your age and people your age that you can meet and just kind of, you know, meeting new people. And it's all as if it's an entire city in the middle of the water. I've met some of my friends that I still talk to this day on cruises. But for the people that hate cruises, I kind of understand why. They're completely hit or miss. You could have a great cruise one time, and the next time it just all goes down the drain. But this particular cruise that me and my family went on went to Bermuda, Haiti, St. Martin, and Puerto Rico. It was insane. I had never been to any of these places before, and just looking as like an outsider, never being to one of these places, I was like, whoa. Like, we're going to Haiti, we're going to St. Martin. Like, I was like 9 years old at the time. I was like, I don't even know where these places are. And the one part that scared me the most was I was going to be without a phone for 9 entire days. I was obsessed with my iPod Touch at the time. And I had this little flip phone that, you know, it was a nice phone. I was not only scared of going onto the boat and being in the middle of the ocean, I was terrified of losing touch of everything that I've ever thought was my life in that phone. So yeah, I was so hesitant, but when we got on and it passed like a day, it was the most relaxing thing I think I've ever done in my entire life. You're literally literally on a boat that like stretches for so many feet, and you're able to go places that like if you were gonna fly to, that would be some pretty expensive flight. It's like an all-in-one. And when we went to these destinations, some of them had some of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen in my entire life. A big shout out to St. Martin. These beaches were particularly incredible, and I got to meet a ton of people my age that once again I still talk to this day. It was the craziest thing. I was so terrified of doing this one adventure because I was going to be without my phone, and it turned out to be one of the greatest times of my entire life. I mean, being disconnected from your phone for over a week in the middle of nowhere, like you could literally just see water for miles upon miles in the middle of the ocean. So it's like you're literally just like in the middle, plop down in the middle of the ocean. But it was just so peaceful. It was like everything was mattered in the moment. I couldn't read a news headline. I couldn't look at a tweet. I couldn't have anything that really ruined my day because all that mattered what was going on in the moment where I was in the middle of the ocean. And in that moment, I realized the peace of a cruise vacation. Boom! This isn't a sponsored video, by the way, by cruise lines. I gotta make that clear. Anyways, have a beautiful and blessed day. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed, and peace! When a customer tries getting you fired, you know that's the ultimate sign of disrespect. But when a coworker tries getting you fired at your own store, I don't think there's another even remotely close sign of disrespect that I could imagine on this planet Earth. But before we discuss, if you're not subscribed to the channel already, please subscribe right now. We're on the road to 3 mil. So if you've never worked in the food industry before, you'd probably not understand this. But on a regular basis, there are sometimes customers that are immediately trying to get you fired. The classic things you will hear in these instances are 1, can I speak to the manager? 2, how do I file a complaint? Or 3, how do I file a complaint to the manager? Now listen, if somebody's doing something really wrong, you're always in the right for putting yourself in a position to try talking to the manager. But to just completely surpass that and tell the manager that the employee should be fired, now that takes some bravery, lad. I just don't understand how you can get so upset at somebody making you a Subway sandwich that you insist that they lose their job on the spot. But you know, it happens. If you leave a knife in a sub, if you steal money from a customer, or if you somehow spit in a customer's food while you're making the sandwich right in front of them, those all institute an instant fire. GG, you're getting kicked from the Subway. But almost every other occasion, now we could talk it out. But yeah, you know, it's pretty classic for customers wanting to fire an employee. I mean, sometimes some fast food places are very hit or miss too, so like, it's always kind of weird working in fast food. That's all I gotta say. But when one of your coworkers starts outing you, that is quite possibly the worst thing that you could ever have experienced. It's like you're all in this thing together. Fast food jobs, I'm not gonna lie, they're not fun. But what makes it fun a lot of the times are your coworker. Especially at Subway, when you're dead, you and your coworker can basically just like meme around. I don't know, just like, you know, kind of like have fun with it. And if you're on the line serving 9 customers in a row with somebody that you're already like chopping it up with as a coworker, dude, it feels like you're going into war against sandwiches. But when one of your own comrades decides that it's a good time to snitch on a coworker, there's no respect for the snitch coworkers. I'm sorry. You guys are all in this thing together. I would consider myself a coworker as well. Listen, people call me the owner's son. I don't know what you want me to do. I still work a job at Subway like 35 hours a week. Okay, now it's probably like 20 to 15 hours a week. Let's be real. But betrayal by coworker has to be the worst fatality in existence. By the way, I'm thinking about making Nutella balls for tomorrow's video. If this is something you'd want to see, please let me know in the comments right now. And have a beautiful and blessed day. Peace. Milan, how many times do people say anything in the lines of, I'm going to file a complaint, or I'll tell corporate about this each day? Before we address this question, yes, I know that they said Milan. I love when people mispronounce my name. I don't know why, it's so funny to me. But I would be lying if I said every single day somebody comes in and says they're going to file a complaint to corporate. But when it does happen, oh boy, it's a fiasco. So if I'm being real, on the daily, we probably have like 1 to 2 total entitled customers total for the entire day. And it's not like I'm going to deal with them each time. But when you've been working at Subway for about 6 years like me, well, you've seen your fair share of people that just want to complain. So whenever somebody does tell me that they're going to file a complaint to corporate, or that they're going to tell corporate about whatever happened in their experience, I tell them that it's completely okay and that they're more than welcome to do so, because there's just no point in arguing with somebody. I mean, I like to give a free cookie. If I think I messed up somebody's sandwich, I'm always willing to give them a refund, or I'm always willing to give them even another sandwich. But there is a small percentage of people out there that just love to complain to complain. Like, I swear there's people out there that literally just want to ruin your day. And although it's not intentionally, I mean, if I give you a full refund and I give you a free sandwich back and you still say that you're going to report me to corporate, I mean, like, at that point, you're kind of headhunting, if I'm being honest. But this one particular case, I made a video about somebody that told me that their sandwich was burnt. I literally made a short about it too, and I think it got like a couple million views on it. And the woman said that I burnt her sandwich, so I kindly just told her, okay, I'll make you a new one. I don't think it's burnt, but I'm going to take it to the back. And she was like low-key trying to take that sandwich as well. And it made zero sense to me. You told me that I burnt and ruined your sandwich, and now you want that sandwich as well as the other one that I'm making for you? You see, something here doesn't add up. And at the end, she literally told me, who's your corporate manager? I'm going to report them to corporate. And I literally gave her the site that you can file complaints on with Subway to a T. Literally the URL, but I don't think she ever filed a complaint, which is good. I mean, like, I guess she went home and really processed what was happening, or she was just too lazy to file a complaint. But I don't think anything beats this other person. So there was a day that I was just working my shift at Subway and I was all alone. And usually at nighttime, it's pretty dead. Like, we will get not too many customers and not really a line. At least we used to not. This was like a few years ago. And in this particular case, I had 3 customers online. Now, I like to consider myself a little fast with making sandwiches. I mean, I think I'm faster than the average Subway worker, not to brag or anything. It's literally just making a sandwich. But by the time I got to the 3rd customer, about 5 or 6 minutes had to have passed, and she told me, this is ridiculous that I have to wait and that you're the only person working here. I don't think I should ever have to wait while I'm going to a Subway, literally a food place. She said that she doesn't think that she has to wait. And I was kind of like giving her the runabouts. I was like, yeah, I'm really sorry. Like, we don't usually get busy like this, etc., etc. And the whole time she was just finding stuff to complain about. Like, as I was making her sandwich, she was telling me that I didn't put enough meat on it when I was just following the Subway formula. She told me that my veggie game was weak and that I forgot to toast her sandwich, so I literally had to take the vegetables off and then re-toast her sandwich and then bring it back out. It was this whole like headache, but I didn't mind. I was like, okay, this comes with the job, like whatever. But then at the end, she started telling me how she was going to report me to my manager, and I said to her something along the lines of like, I don't think I have a manager, like I am the manager. And then at that point, she kind of lost it. She basically said something along the lines of, since you're not going to do anything about this, I'm going straight to corporate and I'm going to tell them all about this, and I'm going to make sure that they fix the problem here. And I'm just looking at this woman like, you know, you go do that. You go, Glen Coco. Empowerment. And she went and reported the whole thing to corporate, and we got an email from corporate that day, and they were like, hey, what happened? And basically, after just explaining the entire situation, corporate was like, yeah, that's kind of ridiculous that a customer would have done that. You're fine. We're going to throw them a free cookie offer, and that'll be the end of that. But these corporate stories, man, they don't end there. There are so many instances where customers have reported to corporate, and maybe one day I could even bring up a couple of the complaints. Today's secret word is Milan, so if you're at this point of the video and you're hearing this, make sure you comment something down below with the word Milan in it. Let me know if you guys would want to see that. Subscribe to the channel, and peace! On my Subway store, there's a little bit over 2,000 different Google reviews, so I decided it would be a fun idea to read some for this YouTube video. Our first Google review comes from The Truth. You don't want to know the truth. And he said, I came here to eat and I saw Adam Sandler's waiting for me. I hit him and then drove straight into Milad Subway. I'm in jail now. I still got my food. And then he left us a picture of his turkey sandwich with spinach on weed. No, I don't remember this customer. I don't think Adam Sandler's ever been in my Subway, unfortunately. Adam Sandler, if you're out there listening, this is a free invitation to come to my Subway and redeem 1 free sandwich. But hey, he left us 5 stars, so thank you, The Truth. Our next review comes from Jazz Sawyer. I hope I said that name right. And from 2 months ago, he said, I live in California, so I rode my pet bear Peggy to New Jersey. We ran into vampires, dragons, kangaroos, and some psycho kid named Jason Dean while crossing America. I wonder who Jason Dean is. And I was almost dead by the time we reached New Jersey. Peggy and I finally arrived at Subway, and there was a nice employee who made my sandwich, found a hotel that let me and Peggy, my bear, stay for the night, and he also gave me a free cookie. Peggy and I will definitely be back. Also a 5-star more review. Listen, you and your pet bear are always welcome back in my Subway. You know, I didn't know the incredible journey that you and Peggy actually made, so thank you for coming all this way, and I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed your free cookies. Our next Google review comes from Daniel Crotet. His profile picture is a Fortnite fish, but this sounds like a real name, so maybe this will be promising. He said, the hospitality here was stupendous. I ordered a sandwich and told the young man behind the counter to give me 8 pickles exactly. He ended up giving me 9 pickles despite me being very clear that I wanted 8. In my mind, that was absolutely unacceptable, so I decided to confront him about it. He told me that he was extremely sorry and donated his left kidney to me to compensate for his mistake. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Yep, that sounds like me. And our last Google review comes from Youngjin Ma. Once again, I really hope I pronounced your name right. I'm really bad with pronouncing names, please forgive me. And he said, I have no words to express the quality of the customer service at this Subway. I was getting a sandwich and one of the workers at this store donated one of his own kidneys and 12 liters of blood to me. Yo, what is up with the kidneys? I just gotta stop this story. What is up with the kidneys? He also called me an Uber home, saved my entire family from a house fire, and proceeded to give us free cookies. Bless your heart, Subway. I will never forget you. Dang, that story really brings a tear to my eye. Thank you, Youngjin, and thank you all for watching this video. Subscribe and like if you enjoyed. Peace out, everybody. I love you. Mjolnir, this question is kind of related, but have there ever been any other famous people you have served? So he says this is kind of related because this was a comment on the video where I was asked if I ever made a president a sub, which I have not to date. Once again, if any United States or international president wants me to make their sub, I got you. But basically, for some reason, my Subway store seems to attract a good number of famous people throughout the years. So I think it all started before I was even born. Well, I guess let me rephrase. I was born, but I just wasn't working at Subway and I was really young. But when my oldest brother worked at the store, apparently the Jonas Brothers, yes, the people from Nickelodeon, they grew up in the exact town that my Subway store was located in, and my brother claimed that the Jonas Brothers were a couple of regulars at the Subway. Well, I wouldn't say regulars, but they came in 1 or 2 times before, and he didn't even recognize who they were until he saw them on the Naked Jonas Brothers show on Nickelodeon a couple years later. And as the story develops, we move to our next celebrity that's been to my Subway. Apparently, and this one for me is really hard to believe, but there are literally receipts everywhere on my brother's Facebook page, which I've shown in a previous video a couple months back. But Khabib Nurmagomedov, when he first came to this country, apparently applied to my Subway store, and the person that was guardianing him and his brother, or cousin, I don't know if they were brothers or cousin or whatever, doesn't matter. But they wanted to rent an apartment from my dad, and they needed jobs when they first moved to this country. To this day, I still think about this, and I just think that this is cap because it's so ridiculous to me. This man is literally the GOAT in the UFC, and way back he tried applying to my Subway. I need some more evidence for this one, but for now, I'm going to call this one a dub. And next, we move to the infamous David Blaine. David Blaine was literally a resident of the town that my Subway was located in. This is crazy to me. Like, how are all of these people from the same town? And no, it's not the town that my Subway is currently located in. It's the town that my old Subway was in. If you know me, you know my old Subway. And I'm surprised that David Blaine didn't, like, make his sub disappear or something. But apparently, he's been inside of the Subway, too. Once again, I don't know if my brothers are messing with me or not. I really don't think that they are because this doesn't seem like something they would ever lie about. But if they are, then I look like an idiot. Now, next. This was like my second or first year working at Subway. Tiki Barber and a New York Giants lineman walked into the store and ordered a sandwich from me, and I had no idea who they were. I knew of Tiki Barber. Obviously, I knew who Tiki Barber was at the time, but I couldn't recognize them for anything. And after Tiki Barber left, the lineman said, do you know who that man is? And I've told this story before on a short/TikTok. I simply said, no, I have no idea, and he told me it was Tiki Barber, and I said, I'm a Cowboys fan. Milad, you idiot! Why would you ever say this to a New York Giants player? I'm not even a Cowboys fan anymore. I just love the good sport of football, or as you Europeans like to call it, hand egg. But that will always go down as one of the dumbest moments in my entire existence. Next. Now, this story is infamous because this story low-key got me in trouble with the TikTok audience. I didn't serve him, but my brother apparently served the NFL player David Njoku, who came into our Subway and forgot his wallet. So my brother gave him a meatball sub for free. Now, this was before David was ever even an NFL prospect, and I'm pretty sure this was literally before he was even gonna be a D1 athlete, and TikTok lost it. They told me, how dare you give something for free to somebody that could already afford it? What a shame, what an idiot you are. And I was like, whoa, I'm just here to tell you guys stories of accounts of what happened. I'm not here to make things right, and at the time, he wasn't an NFL player. How preposterous. But anyways, apparently that was a fun time, and there have been a few others that I cannot recall right now for some reason. reason. But the last but not least, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Milad has been to my Subway. Now, if you don't know who Milad is, it's simply my alter ego that makes TikToks and YouTube videos online. It's really crazy to me how all of these people have been to the Subway stores that we used to work at and own, and now it's kind of come full circle back to me. I mean, I'm definitely not famous. I don't ever want to call myself famous because I think that's such a cringe word, but it's literally as if like all of these experiences were just stories that could be told later on in the form of a Subway worker. I am forever grateful to every single person that has ever come into my Subway store, famous or not. All of them are beautiful people, and I might have missed a few of them. Yo, if you've ever been to my Subway store and you're a person that I should know about, or if you've just ever been to my Subway store in general, I need you to leave a comment about how your experience was, or you can leave a Google review. I mean, those things are pretty entertaining, right? Cue to the 5,000 comments about how I like gave them a free cookie and miraculously saved them with a kidney transplant. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you don't have bell notifications turned on, please become a lad and do that. Peace and love, everybody. Have a beautiful and blessed day, and remember, eat fresh. Peace! Milad Duck. Has anyone tried to go behind the counter and make their sub themselves? So I've seen plenty of clips on YouTube and on TikTok of these people that just hop behind the counter of McDonald's or something and just start making their own burger and fries or even their own like sandwich. And I do have a couple of funny stories about this topic, but I've never had a random person come into my store and just hop the counter and start making their sandwich. But I did have a sandwich stolen from me by the legend himself, Dylan LeMay. And this video was actually completely in the moment. Like me and Dylan were sitting there in my Subway and we were like, what would be a funny video? And Dylan was like, yo, let me get a sub from you, like steal a sub and then just walk out. And we did it from both of our perspectives and we each got like 18 million views on this video on TikTok. It was completely scripted. I mean, obviously Dylan's not walking into this place and just stealing a sandwich. It was just for the memes and the fun. But people were so confused because it's stacked up on TikTok and on YouTube Shorts one after another. So it's as if somebody just saw somebody stole a sandwich and then saw the Subway worker get their sandwich stolen. But I think the only times I've ever had somebody that's never actually worked at Subway come in and try to make their own sandwich was a few times with Dylan, another TikToker named It's Savage, and a story with one of my coworkers actually. So when Dylan made his first sandwich, he was actually not too bad at it at all. I think that experience working at Cold Stone and in fast food really helped him out in this, because once you make your first sandwich, it's pretty easy to make the rest, if I'm being honest. But he literally just made one sandwich and then was slinging sandwiches at Free Cookie Day like it was nobody's business. So I guess you could say Dylan basically hopped behind the counter and started making his own subs, and they came out delicious. Now the next person by the name of It's Savage, he's a popular TikToker, and he's a pretty cool dude too. He came into the store, came behind the counter to work with me, and he made something called a blue taki pizza. Now, I've made a video on this before, but I had no intentions of letting him and his brother behind the counter to make food. And they basically just hopped behind back there, and they were like, Milad, let's make some subs. And I was like, you know what? Why not, right? When in a TikTok collaboration, you gotta do it all. So we had a contest between him, his brother, and his brother's friend. His brother's friend made a wrap with some hot Cheetos in it. His brother just made a classic steak sandwich that was really good. I mean, everything he put onto it made it just taste so good. And then It's Savage turned out making a blue taki pizza. I had never experienced anything like that in the world, and I wish I could say that I enjoyed that blue taki pizza, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't think blue takis belong on pizza, and it was no stage 3 pizza, so you already know. But still, major props. All three of them basically just hopped behind the counter and started making some food. Yo, low-key, I've always thought about this. What if I just went to a random Subway dressed in a Subway uniform and tried to make my own sandwich behind the counter? I mean, that's a terrible idea, and I'd probably get arrested, but I think it would be super funny. Maybe one day, but no time soon. Oh, this is a random thing. If there's any Subways out there that want me to come behind the counter and make a Subway sandwich, I think it'd be a funny YouTube video. Hit me up in the Instagram DMs. And last but not least, I had a coworker, super nice kid, super outgoing, very fun. But he came to me and he said, can my friend come behind the counter and make his own Subway sandwich? Now, as much as I would love to let your friend come behind the counter, this is a Subway, matter of fact, and I could get in so much trouble for letting your friend make his own sandwich. It took so much to be able to have the collaborations at the Subway that I did. Like, there's a lot behind the scenes that you guys don't even see, but having some random person come into the store and just get behind the counter breaks every single food law. Like, it would just be unsanitary too, and especially if I don't like train them and I'm not there, that's a very big risk to undertake. So we couldn't let him hop behind the counter and just make his own sandwich. Yo, and this makes me remember something else. I had a little kid once that opened the door to the back and started to just walk in and waddle around. I wish I had this on video, but this was so funny. It was literally like a toddler and they wanted to grab their cookie themselves, so they literally
literally just came behind the counter. I was like, whoa. I said to the parents, I was like, wait, your kid's like back here. I don't think he should be back here. And at the old Subway, this used to happen all the time because there was a door to the back and everybody used to think it was the bathroom. So they would literally just walk through that door and be in the back of Subway. And I'm like, I'm not getting robbed right now, right? So yeah, to date, nobody's hopped behind the counter and made their own sandwich, but I guess never say never, right? I really hope it doesn't happen. I mean, that would be really awkward. I guess for now, we just got to enjoy the viral memes on the internet of this happening. Until next time, lads, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and turn on bell notifications because it helps us so much. I love you all. Have a beautiful and blessed day, and peace. These are the Subway sandwiches that I would imagine every YouTuber getting. So we're going to start with the most obvious and easiest one. Dylan LeMay, aka the Ice Cream Man, would 100% get an ice cream sub. Funny thing is, we've made an ice cream sub together before, but it's literally just putting ice cream and ice cream toppings onto sandwich bread. Mwah, delicioso. Next, we're going to do Mr. Beast, quite literally the goat of YouTube. I already know that this man is getting a cookie sub. He would 100% get all the cookies across the menu, slap them onto some bread, and then eat it. He might even get it toasted, who knows. Next is another good friend of mine, Brent Television, aka Brent TV. Brent's Subway sandwich order is a little more on the simple side. I already know the man would just get a SpongeBob popsicle and throw it onto some bread. So I guess him and Dylan could both get ice cream subs, huh? Next up, we'll do the infamous Logan Paul. Now, I don't know much about the lad, but I think it's safe to say that Logan Paul would literally just get turkey and mayo onto some bread. You know, I could be completely wrong. This just feels like a Logan Paul sandwich. And next, I'm going to do Markiplier. Now, I feel like Markiplier is a little bit more of a sophisticated one. So my prediction for Markiplier sandwich is going to be an Italian BMT with the works. We're talking lettuce, tomato, onions, oil, vinegar, and mayo. And maybe some provolone cheese onto it. Once again, I could be completely wrong, but I just feel like this is such a Markiplier sub. And who knows, you might even smash it and eat it like that. Like a smash burger. Next up, we're going to do PewDiePie, an instant classic. First, I feel like PewDiePie wouldn't even eat at Subway if I'm being completely honest. But I think if he had to choose something, PewDiePie seems like the type that would get a salad. Maybe like a chicken teriyaki salad. And I know he's going to put Chipotle Southwest sauce on it because he loves that nice kick. And maybe he'll put some sub spice. Get it? Subs, huh? Next up, we're going to do Mark Rober. Now, Mark Rober would literally just design a robot to design a perfect Subway sandwich for him. I don't think Mark would ever let a human being touch his delicious Subway. So my prediction is he's just going to get a robot to slap on some mayonnaise, turkey, and cheese onto his sandwich, and he'll close it up and call it a day. Could be completely wrong, but let me know, Mark, if that's what you're doing. Engineered that thing. Next up, Carl Jacobs. I know exactly what Carl would get, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but like, I feel like I have it down to a T. I feel like Carl would literally just get Italian bread, and then every single type of cheese onto the sandwich, toast it, and call it a day. Basically the equivalent of a Subway grilled cheese sub. You know, it's simple, but delicious. And finally, we're gonna say the Dream sub. So Dream loves to just overcomplicate things and make them as fast as possible. So I literally do not think this man would care about whatever sandwich is made for him as long as it's a sub 39-second sandwich. Anything over a 39-second sandwich, which is the world record, by the way, I feel like Dream simply would not ever touch. But no matter what he's getting on it, I feel like he's an oil and vinegar type of guy. And he's definitely putting lettuce on that sub. I already know that. I mean, everyone would, right? But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed these YouTuber subs. Tell me which ones you think I got wrong or right. And be sure to subscribe, like the video, and turn on bell notifications. I love you. Peace! So one of my friends has recently decided that he wanted to drop out of college, and during the process he asked me a ton of information, a ton of pieces of my advice. So I thought, what better way than to make a YouTube video for hundreds of thousands of people who might even actually go through this same exact thing. And don't worry, I got full permission from my friend to make this video before even making this video. By the way, we're making ramen today with an egg in it. I thought, what better way than to talk about college than to just make ramen. I mean, it's the signature for any college student. It's so easy to make. So obviously every single situation is different. If you have something extremely important and vital to your career lined up and it interferes with whatever you're doing in college, you obviously have to get out of college, you know. But if you simply are not enjoying the classes that you're going to and enjoying the process of being a college student, I think your first step is to ask why. What about the school or college experience makes it unbearable for you? Is it the fact that you have to do homework? Is it the tests and the exams? Is it that you don't feel like you're getting any value out of the school? If it's simply the fact that you're getting challenged and you don't enjoy the challenge, well, I have a newsflash for you. You have a lot of challenges to go in life, my friend. And a lot of them are actually going to be even harder than any exam or test you take in college. And if you drop out, well, life may just come crashing down whenever you face any challenge at all, but what's important is that you just clean up the mess. If you can learn to just clean up whatever mess that you've created, especially when it comes to college or even your grades or anything, you're going to be able to face so much more adversity in life and be able to get through and become so much more successful at anything that you do. And no, I am not saying don't drop out of college. I'm not saying stay in school. I'm not saying do drop out of college and don't stay in school. What I'm simply saying is that every single challenge that you're presented with
has some way of cleaning up the mess, and if you can learn how to do that, you'll be able to solve any problem throughout life. And I wish I took my own advice with cleaning up the mess with these dishes, because boy, that's a lot of dirty dishes. I would be a hypocrite to say that I didn't think about dropping out of college. I mean, literally every single year of my 4 years at college, I was trying to find a way to drop out. I mean, in my opinion, I thought I was pretty good at school. I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but I got pretty good grades, but it just wasn't fulfilling to me. Sure, I met cool people in the process, and I had a lot of friends at my school, but I just couldn't figure out why I didn't enjoy school. It was like I was listening to somebody else speak about something all day long, and it was almost as if I wouldn't be able to have my own prolific thoughts and be able to share them with anybody. It was literally like I have to listen to this professor speak and say yes sir the whole time. And the biggest thing to me was that half of the time most of the students knew even more than the professor about whatever topic they were talking about. So taking all of these things into consideration, my senior year of school, I started to blow up on TikTok and YouTube, and I had this serious question. Do I quite literally drop everything I've been working for the past 3.5 years to pursue this new dream that I am obsessed with only 19 credits left to graduate? And in the end, I learned that I could have it all. I just finished off my courses and I got to graduate with all my classmates, and you know, I think it was a great decision. I mean, like, I could have easily just been like, nope, I'm making enough money off of this new thing to just abandon this old thing, but you don't want to really like abandon something that you put so much time into already. But on the other hand, if I was like a sophomore and I didn't put too much time into this other thing, like if I didn't put too much time into college, I totally would have just dropped out and pursued YouTube and TikTok full time. It is so obvious that these days you don't need a college degree to be successful in this world. You can literally do anything you want with the internet. But back in the day when the dinosaurs roamed the earth and boomers were in charge of everything, I'm sorry boomers, I don't mean it like that. I love you all. I don't mean it like that. It's just a joke, please. But seriously, back in the day, most of our parents didn't have this option. Our grandparents 100% didn't have this option. So it was entirely either college or bust for them, which is why we see so many people of the older generation discuss how important college really is. And we see so many people of this younger and newer generation talk about how much of a scam college really is. And yo, I never even talked about this, but I was so blessed not to have any student loans because I worked hard in high school and got a full ride scholarship to my school. But if you are taking out hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans, yo, this is my piece of advice: run as fast as you can away from that school, because that debt is not going away anytime soon. And that's the one thing that I say avoid debt at all costs. I know people that literally make it into their 50s and have just stopped paying their student loan. And for my last piece of advice, it's simply to just enjoy whatever you're doing in the moment, because at the end of the day, life is a gift. Ladies and gentlemen, lads from all over the world, gather around. We have quite the story today. So a few months back while I was at work at Subway, I was going through the motions, going through my normal shift. Business as usual. We had a few customers online. I was with one other coworker, and all of a sudden, a man walks through the door. Now, this is no ordinary man. This man is quite literally the resemblance of the Monopoly man in the flesh and blood. Now, when I say this man walked in with a cane and a monocle, and I would guarantee that he probably had something like $10,000 in cash in his back pocket just for somebody to wipe his shoes. Now, he is the embodiment of exactly what the Monopoly man represents. And when I had to deliver a sandwich to this customer with my bare hands, the man simply was not appeased at all. It seemed like every single thing that I was doing for his sandwich, he would critique something. But once we really got down to the nitty-gritty of it and I started to ask him how his day was, your boy Milad completely flipped the conversation. It's crazy because this man came in with a little bit of an attitude. Okay, maybe not a little bit, but a lot of bit of an attitude. And the second that I asked a simple question like, how is your day going? His entire demeanor just flipped. Okay, but like, I'm not kidding when I say this man like literally looked like the Monopoly man. Like, I literally thought to myself, I have to make a video about this. Went to my notepad and my notes and just wrote down this video idea. And today I read my notes and I was like, yo, this just buried the most deeply hidden memory of my entire life. Okay, maybe not that extreme, but it was pretty deep. It was pretty deep. Now, as I was getting him his sandwich, and obviously you gotta toast it in the toaster oven, I started to ask him, what do you do for a living? I wasn't like Daniel Mack going up to this random person in a car and saying, what do you do for a living? But instead, at my Subway, I simply just wanted to know. The man seemed like he was of very high stature. I mean, he is the Monopoly man. And he created this kind of aroma around him where he was just better than everyone else. Obviously, he wasn't. That's a joke. But at the end of the day, he told me that he actually sells insurance to people. And I was like, huh. So this man has to wear a suit every day to work, literally wears a monocle around, and he's probably making more money than I'll ever see in my life selling insurance. But I get to make delicious sandwiches, so who's the real winner here? At the end of the day, he seemed like a nice guy, as do most of my employees. employees at the Subway. But it just goes to show that just because somebody looks like the Monopoly man, maybe they're not in the best headspace at all times. You know, money doesn't make the character. I think who you are makes who you are. Put that on the subreddit. And at the end of the day, something as small as asking somebody how their day is going and taking interest in who they are, well, that might just turn their attitude 180 full way around. So the moral of the story, kids, if you see a Monopoly man out there on the streets, ask him how they're doing.